Welcome to Your Story, where real lives meet real truth. I'm your host, Francis Mona Menza, and every week I sit down with remarkable guests to uncover their journeys that shape their lives, the struggle they survive, the breakthroughs they earn, and the lessons that can change your life. This is not just a conversation, this is your story, a life experience that goes deep, gets real, and leaves you with something to think about long after the streams. Join us every Saturday at 8 p.m. Central European Time, live on the Borderland Liberia. Don't just watch, be a part of the conversation because every story matters, especially yours. Well, welcome back, Mr. Ford. Sorry for the inconvenience due to some technical difficulties we had, but the studio engineers managed to come and work it out. So welcome everybody. Let's get the ball rolling. Mr. Ford, again, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
How are you, my friend and brother?
I'm doing wonderful, man. I can't be grateful enough. We just get Almighty God thanks for everything. Being all healthy. I'm good.
All right, awesome. What we do, we just run into the program as because we, like 1 hour behind time. But this weekend we don't have anywhere to go. I don't have any. I sure you don't now. So we'll just get the program going. So welcome again. Share the show with your audience. And sit back, get a cup of coffee or no, a bottle of a whiskey or whatever you have. Because this gonna be exciting. It'll be entertaining. Get yourself some popcorns. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, Mr. Ford, welcome to the story on the borderline. Uh, this is the second edition of this your story.
All right.
And so it's an honor and a pleasure, having you today. So, we was go, Mr. Ford. Can you please tell us, a little background, what led you, about yourself, and we delve into the nitty gritty of the whole, interview.
Yeah. So basically, I mean, first of all, my name is David Ford, as shown on the screen. That's my full name. I'm a typical Liberian man, and I'm from Lofa County. My both parents are from Lofa County. Mom, mom Loma, pa Loma, and I started in terms of family. I got two girls, two wonderful girls, and I got a bunch of people in my life that I call family that love me a lot, and I love back. Brothers, sisters, in Liberia and Europe as well. And when it comes to education, my education journey started way back in Liberia. For elementary school, I went to RC Lawson, and then when I got to junior high, I went to the 70 Advantage SDA.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then when I got to high school, I went to the College of West Africa, CWA. That's where I graduated from. Then I enrolled in Zion College, and I stayed there a little bit over 1.5 semester. And then I traveled to Ghana Then I went to the Kofi Annan RT Center where I learned I was certified, Cisco Certified Network Associate in RT. Then I moved to Sweden, as we all do. I went to the language school, SFE, then Convox. Then I went to college here. I got my first bachelor from Maradona University in Västerås, in background in business administration and economics. And then I went to Umeå University in the north of Sweden. I spent 2 years there doing my first master's in IT management. Then after that, I went to Gävle University and did my second master in industrial engineering, and we focus on logistics and innovation management. So
yeah, that's interesting. I know all the years, all the degrees you got. I know you have some, shitty job. I mean, those jobs where give a little background of this kind of job before you transition to all these, that we all did, Burger King, McDonald's, Yeah, so what's that? Some of those things, that if we look back, back in the, back behind, it says those jobs you did, so like, it did put food on your table. It did pay your bills. So I mean, it's something that a part of your life journey. So we should be proud of what we did. I mean.
Yeah, I mean, basically, when anybody integrated to the Western country, you go through the stage of development, in your life. I was not always like this. I didn't just come here and get what I got, and I started from somewhere. So first thing I worked at a hotel, I worked there for close to a year and a half. Then I decided to go back to school, and then by then I've already had like a fast job, what we call it, a permanent job, and for the international viewers. So when I got a permanent job, and then in Sweden they have something they call, you can take leave of absence to go to school while you still maintain your job. So I did that, and then I started my college journey, and then during summer breaks, I would come to Stockholm, and then because most of my university were out of Stockholm, so I would always travel to other cities to go to school. So during the summer break, I would come to Stockholm, and then continue working. Then when school about to open, then I go back to school. But it was a humble beginning. We started from somewhere, and to now, at least we are grateful to God that we don't do those jobs anymore. Now that it's a bad job. It once, like you said, it put the food on the table, is a source of revenue and income, and so we did it. But now, we've developed in our own way. So we're doing other things,
Yeah. So currently, what do you do? I mean, you don't have to go into details. I mean, I know, what do you do currently?
Sorry for interrupting you, but I work as a recruiter consultant. I've done our job for over 6 years now. But basically, recently I work mostly from home. So that's what I do right now. I'm still I'm still open to new possibilities. I'm looking out there to see if I can, because I've worked in the same field for so long, so it's not challenging anymore. It almost like become repetitive. So I'm looking up for new challenges. Yeah.
All right, Mr. Ford. That's impressive. So, what motivated you to become to contest the presidency of the LSA, the Advanced Students Association? What was the driving factor?
So I would say Liberian community in Sweden.
Yeah.
Especially Solitaria. Because I used to live in Solitaria. For our international viewers, Solitaria is in the suburb of Stockholm. So I used to live there, and we had a huge Liberian community. Or up to now, they still have a huge Liberian community there. So, but prior to that, I worked with the former leadership, which of you heard it. You heard it when you were the head of LSA. So I served as secretary at some point, and then I was a football captain for a period of time. And
yeah. Go ahead.
I
We'll
guess
get to the point. Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah.
There was a rumors going around that the leader at the time for LSA, Mr. Mensah was stepping down, and because this as the rumors are extended to be corrected, but there was all rumors that Mr. Mensah is leaving, but there's no one wants to take the position or to fill the vacancy. So, but then I just graduated college, and then every time people in Solitaire see me out in the central parties, they'll say, "Oh, Francis is leaving. We want you to take over." You see, I would think that you're one of the best person in the community, something. But my drive was at the time was finding a job, because when you just investing in school, you have CSN, like CSN credit.
Yeah.
You
Student loan, yeah.
want to start working to pay them off. So I will focus on that. So, but every time I go to parties, people keep encourage me to take out the role. Then when I come home, my partner will keep telling me, say, "Oh, David, this is a good thing for you. It give back to your community. You can help the community, and it might even help you as well. To get some experience in being a leader for people, a group of people. So that's how come I like, okay, let me give it a shot."
Okay, that's interesting. So, in cumulatively, how long have you been involved in the with the association and community? As a matter of fact, in that in this activity, what have you?
So if we put in years on it,
Yeah.
or numbers on it, it's been a long time. Personally, I've been in a leadership position. I'm going 7 years. But prior to that, like I said, when I serve, get back to the community through your leadership, say a football captain and serve as secretary at some point. And then I always attend an event, because when I came to Sweden, I stayed in enough for 2 months. Then we moved to Stockholm. By the time I moved, July 26th was just coming up. And then I was contacted by, I can't remember who, they were looking for football players. And I was playing football in Solitaire with the guys, there we used to play against the Arab boys. So a lot of people saw me as a good football player. So they encouraged me to come and play for the team. So ever since then, I started playing for the team. I never looked back. I always played for them until I became captain. And so if we put a number on there, I would say as long as I've been in Sweden for over 17 years.
Oh, that's awesome. For our viewers who do not know anything about Liberian Association in Sweden, what are the main activities of the association? I mean, what has it done? The vision. Let's say, what is the vision of the association? The mission, the goal of the Liberian Association.
LSA got diverse mission, but the main mission is to foster peace, unity, and reconciliation amongst living in Sweden, and to identify with people in times of crisis, hardship, or even bereavement, celebration, and what have you, and to serve as a springboard for those that are trying to integrate into Sweden, to show them the way, or if possible, if there's some resources to help them as well. So that's just a summary of what LSA really does.
No, all right, that's beautiful. Because we would like to have our audience viewing, around the world globally, to have an insight of what LSA really is, and the function. So we are in Sweden. So what are we doing? I mean, how does LSA as an organization, your leadership and the previous leadership, try to collaborate with the Swedish authorities and diaspora organizations?
So if I should start with the Swedish authorities, my leadership, I can't speak for the former leadership.
Yeah.
We made several attempts to have close proximity or collaboration with Swedish authority, but it's been challenging. For one fight, that in order to be successful to have collaboration with Swedish authority, most often you have to have a legitimate membership database. What do I mean by this? So you have to have your register with the organization with a personal number.
Mm.
So that's that way. Although we have organization number, but if come to it, if everything anything going to be legally done between you and Swedish authority, they have to be able to identify your your membership. That is through your database of members. So if for example, if the organization today should go to a city authority and want to collaborate, first of all, they want to know how many members you have. And in that aspect, if it comes to it where you have to show your membership listing or your membership database, you can just say David Ford. Because if they search for David Ford, there are multiple David Ford, maybe 100,000 David Ford, but you got to have your unique, what we say in the US, they say social security number, or in Sweden, we say personal number. And actually in other countries, they call it something else.
Yeah.
You got to be there so they can identify your member, so if there's anything they want to do for you or with you, then it's all in the legitimate bracket. But then when it comes to other diaspora organizations, we have collaborated immensely with a lot of diaspora organizations within Sweden, within the Scandinavian area, rest of Europe, and even with EFLA as well. And we all know what EFLA is, the European Federation of Liberian Association. We are sitting member of that leadership. I'm on the leadership board as well, but and same time, within Sweden, Southern community, Nigerian community, Ugandan community, Gambian community, and Congolese community, etc. A lot of communities. We visit function, they visit function. Sometimes we bounce ideas, and when it comes to we've been to Norway, Finland, Denmark, and Brussels, Germany, Holland, a lot of Liberian associations across within Scandinavia and the rest of Europe.
Oh, thank you. Oh, that's beautiful.
And just when I was last summer just in the U.S., I met with the Liberian Association of Minnesota as well. So we're discussing possibility of collaborating on something as well. And we had an in-depth meeting and where I explained the in-depth of our organization, what we do, and the possible project that we could do with Liberian Association in Europe and association in the Minnesota as well.
I mean, we have done a lot. So let's shift our focus a little on to the youth. What during your administration, what did you do? Your leadership do to engage the younger generation, in cultural activities and maintaining the connection to Liberia. What did you guys do?
So there was some shortages of events when it comes to that. In as much as we set up committees to cater to these things, when you're the president of an organization, you can't do everything. So sometimes you got to dedicate tasks to people and create committee, because even our organization structure is built that way. Well, we got sub branches and then we got committees. So within we got different committees: sport committee, women committee, children committee. So you designate people to these committees. Sometimes they do an amazing job, but at times go back. Sometimes people fall back, and you need to re-strategize to bring young people on board. But we have major events for kids. Like the first one the first event we had was in Roosevelt, some part of Stockholm, for our viewers. And it was Easter egg. The turnout was amazing. It was a wonderful party. But every time we celebrate July 26th, there's portion of that program that is dedicated to the kids, where they can interact with each other. At the same time, the conductor for that event will explain a little bit about Liberian history or try to share light on something about Liberia. We'll have the Liberian flair, and the kids will play games and what have you. There are tons of pictures to that effect. And when it comes to the younger youth, because we're talking about people that are between the age of 18 to 25. Most of them are into, especially the boys, the guys, they are into sport. So they play football, and the football side here are very vibrant. Even before I took over, and then when we took over as a team, we maintained the football team, give immense support to them. At some time, the support might not come right away as a one day, or not be enough. But I mean, so those are ways that we support the youth in the community. I've loved to do more.
We're come there. I mean, those. The fact is that we did all those things. Let's look at some of the challenges. Because as a leader, as a person, did your ego affect any decision making? Let's say as clean by most of your critics here.
It depends what the ego the defines ego, because what critics or people might term as ego I see as principle minded, and ego, there's level of ego because everybody have ego, and sometimes ego is even good because ego push you to achieve things, to be ambitious, to do things, because if you don't have that, I mean, you're static. So it just depends on the level. But I don't want to use the word ego. I would say most are principle minded. Because I'm like this. What I give to the universe or people, I spend similar thing in return. And for example, if I give somebody or something loyalty, I spend loyalty back. If I don't get loyalty back, then what I need of me putting my energy, it's like I'm giving something and I'm giving orange, I'm getting apple back, And I think all human beings should be the way you treat people, expect people to treat you like that way. So if people you don't get treated that way, sometimes it's fine to take a back seat, reassess the situation, and see how you can approach it from different angle. And principal money can be like, as a leader, we have an organization wherein we have a constitution. Constitution guide the operation or the functions of the organization. And at the same time, the leadership have his or her agenda come to place. So now, like there's an ongoing election now. If you read the flyers that have been shared for campaign mood, you see that every camp or every candidate have what they want to do. So when it comes, that's the vision they have. They think that when they implement this vision, they're going to help the organization.
Okay.
So based on that, when you come, you have those things to play. Then sometimes people might want to divert you from that, and you might divert sometimes, or you might adjust things. But you sometimes you got to be principle minded and say, this is what I want to do, or this is what I can, I will feel that can work for the organization. It may not always be right. It doesn't mean if you know something or you think it's right, it will always be right, or it will always work.
Okay, man. Can you describe, your leadership team? You had, I know you had a very fantastic team, experienced people who work with you. Can you describe them, man? From the vice president to secretary general, if you have financial secretary, we have one. That's, I mean,
look, their journey has been immense. I have fantastic team, like you said, like you rightly said. So I will start with my vice president, Manako Yedogon Joseph. She's an experienced nurse, amazing woman, a mother. It's like not just mother for her own kids, mother for people all around the community. She relates to a lot of people. On a personal note, she's been there for a lot of people. And she supported me throughout the ups and downs in the leadership. She never wavered. She never held back her support for me as the leader of the community. So she was amazing. Then we have the Secretary General as well, Mr. Winifred Sandy. She's an amazing mother as well, mother of many kids. Vast experience as a secretary from Liberia all the way to Sweden. And she was dedicated, committed to the process. And they didn't just play a role in the pure capacity as president, but they went overboard when we have even the clean, they sell, they play and they do anything, and then my financial secretary, Eric Galafa, he's an amazing guy as well, and he made sure that we were on point with records and what have you. And I mean, those are like the strong team I had. Then there's other people that are serving committees as well. You know, the Constitution Committee, Disciplinary Committee, Children Committees here and there. They were all amazing, you know. Sometimes some people will help at some point and back off because of personal reasons or personal obligations, and no offense taken. But I mean, I just appreciate everybody that running that support to the leadership. But those are the three amazing people that stood the test of time, and so.
That's beautiful, Mr. Ford. Do you embrace criticism, and how do you respond to criticism?
The criticism, of course, I embrace criticism. The criticism made me better, because if you just see things from one angle, I mean, come on, how can you improve? You know, the thing is, I like constructive criticism and criticism that come with suggestions. You know, let's say, for example, then I'm on a show now. I say, I don't like, for example, just an example, my bad. I don't like a headphone, you know, or I don't like the way you do your podcast. And so the podcast is not, it should be like, so then I will give you my recommendation. Or Francis, in a very respectful way. Francis, I don't like the way you conduct your podcast, and maybe you can do it this way, you know. Then it's a constructive criticism where it shows respect, and at the same time, it shows support, and it shows empathy, it shows humanity as well. But you can't just criticize, bash a person down, and then you expect a person to accept it, then you call it criticism. That's not how it should be. You know,
there's a thin line between people who criticize you, who do not have that thick skin to criticize and to accept criticism, and they want you to accept criticism. So that's the nature of the job, the role you're in. You know, people will always come and proffer solutions that they see in a manner is correct for them. But when you do not take it, then they tend to criticize you. So I understand where you're coming from. You know, so yeah, I mean, you know, criticism help you grow and help you make it develop. So what we would do, Mr. Ford, we would take a little musical break, and then we come right back. Okay, stay tuned, folks. Get yourself some coffee and some stuff, and then we'll be right back, Mr. Ford. Facebook, we have no rights or copyrights to these songs I play in Facebook. Facebook have no copyright to this song that is playing.
I'm always on job, never miss a day. From 7 in the morning to 10 in the night. When I ask for more, I never get that more. When I ask for more pay, never get that wasemo wakempe o. Dange nyuwe sajidwo, dange nyuwe sajidwo mejimbo, dange nyuwe sajidwo. Why, I can't get no pay.
Yeah, Mr. Ford, welcome back to the second segment of this show. It's a pleasure having you here this evening. So we go into the community events. I mean, what happened in the community? Can you, tell your audience, tell us, what are some of the challenges faced by the Liberian community in Sweden in terms of, getting people on board and structure? What are some of the challenges?
I think most of the times, most of our challenges is from spillover. What do I mean by this? So when I have a problem with somebody, and then this person is friends with this person, that conflict extends to the next person. So people become disjointed. And then it becomes so that's the individual on the individual basis.
Mm-hmm.
And then people form little groups. It's my group against that group. And people becomes best friend because they got common enemy.
Yeah, your friend is my friend is your enemy.
Yeah, So because of these things, if I'm the leader, I'm friends with someone that someone have a beef with, then I'm considered to be biased, in my judgment with things. And sometimes too, with the leadership as well, people bring sometimes people will bring ideas, and you will give them the responsibility, okay, yeah, how can we, succeed in this ideology or this proposal you bring in?
Yes.
And then you give it back to them and tell them, say, go do research, tell me, work with A, and let me know when any legal document is signed for LSA, I'll sign it, or when it comes to a place that you want me to help you, you come sign it. But then they don't go nowhere. Then they say, I get the man idea, he don't do it. That because then they feel disenchanted as well. Then they say the man don't listen. Or sometimes I'm not in my LSA capacity, right? I go to a party. We all sitting down there, we cheering, we enjoying ourselves. Then somebody come to talk to you. The person bringing BB idea there, Then in the end, which is good. Then I say, come to meeting and bring them, because it's not my only eye making the judgment. When you come to meeting, if your idea is the best, we'll discuss it, vote upon it, and then if the resources are available and manpower available, then we implement it. Some people take offense to that. They say the men don't listen. Then another challenge is when these people want to disjoint, sometimes you go there to resolve conflicts. I've gone there personally. My vice president have gone there. As far as Uppsala, we have gone there. As the sooner when young ladies in the community making power will go to visit an individual, the son will call them, try to resolve conflict. But they hold on to their beef for so long till you get exhausted as a leader trying to resolve it. Then they say, oh, the people disunited, you can't unite the people. But this is not a conflict that I created. It was created by individuals. But when it comes to our attention, we try to get involved to resolve it. And we try to the point that we get exhausted and we give up at times. And sometimes we become successful. It resolves. So, and then some people, like for example, maybe, okay, I think we'll come to that. So I will need jump the guns. So these are just some of the small challenges we face in the community, and some people will feel that sometimes I think most of the conflicts could be solved when people come to meeting. You know, I think I don't know if we have something in part of the discussion, but I would just like to go back to what we've done for the community to make it easy.
Yeah, well, I mean, we will get there. We'll get there.
Okay.
We'll get
So
there.
people
Yeah,
don't
but-
come to meet. Most of the things will be resolved easily when people can come to meeting. Like for example, if we're gonna have independence celebration, yeah, and then people come to meeting. Maybe it can be 5% or whatsoever. Because my mentality is people that come to meeting and discuss issues, vote on it stands. Because meetings are not held in the street. We have a platform that will go and have our meeting and discuss relevant issues that are relevant to our community. So if people don't come to this meeting for us to discuss this issue, to have a one agreement, then the few people that are there, when they discuss and come to an agreement, they say the party, we should do this, we should do that, we should do that. Then when you implement the party, then the plan come outside on the WhatsApp group, then people criticize and say, why you bring the other artists? Why you bring the other thing? Why ain't do that? Why ain't do that? But why didn't you come to the meeting and bring the ideas? Then some people feel this in chat. They say they may not listen, or the leadership cannot listen to the community. You know, so
all right.
These are some of the challenges we face.
Mr. Ford, you are being criticized by some section of the community, especially those who play football and their cycle of friends, and for not supporting their team, you know, at some point in time, you know. So it's a big stuff now, you know. It's a slow in the upcoming elections. I know that some of your shortcomings. Can you address this issue? I mean, can you tell me that you not support the team over the years?
I think when our conversation started, we talk about I play football. So this is not something that I'm not far from football. I understand football language. When I was in Ghana, I played third division. So I understand the game. You understand? So I know how football thing. I know what it do and how everything it is. These are like close to me. And I play for the team at times. But LSA is short on resources. You understand? So, mind you, we've always supported the team in our capacity, how we know how, right? The All-Nation tournament, which is the major tournament the team participate in, most of this tournament over the years, we registered the team. I think it was one or two of them. And the first one, that one, the players collected money, not amongst themselves, within the community. I donated money. My I think vice president donated money. Eric donated money. And the boss as well, some other people donated money. We took part in it, and then we've provided refreshment. This gone All-Nation tournament, we did not register the team. Reason being that 3 weeks prior to the All-Nation tournament, the team requested that they wanted to play in Germany because there was a July 26 tournament was on the way. They said they wanted to participate in that tournament, and the registration fee was, I think, 200 euro, 200 or 250 euro. One of them, I can't remember the exact figure, but I think it was 200 euro. So, and it was pressing that they wanted to participate in that tournament. So we saw the need. We said, okay. So the financial secretary paid 200 euro, transferred 200 euro to the organizer in Germany. Only for the team not to show up. Nobody showed up to the games. So we got a call from Germany. I personally got a call and from Germany. I think that same day they were playing the All-Nation tournament also. Got a call from Germany that your team didn't show up. So I was concerned. So I called around. Then I got a lot of messages. Oh, some people don't have the capability to travel, XYZ, you know, all things. But then, and that money was non-refundable. We did not get that money. The money just went in the breeze. So then fast forward to 3 weeks, the All-Nation tournament popped up. They said they wanted to participate. And then obviously we don't have no more money. We just spent 200 euro that we lost. So the leadership decided to of the football team, decided to take the initiative to gather funds. Understand? And which people in my leadership supported SP as well. Member of the community was so nice. They supported the team. And I think this is the beauty of a community You understand? To come together to support your community. So I don't see any buying into it that if the leadership falls short at one point in time or on certain extent, and community step in, that the leadership should come under massive scrutiny, which of course we've been doing it for years. Other ball football jersey. At some point, the team came and the jersey we had, they said they want to buy a new jersey. They took upon themselves they want to buy a jersey, and we individually contributed to that as well. That's our support for the team. And now that the team never had a jersey, but they wanted.
Are you serious? Are you serious about these things? Because it appears as though you guys did not support the team with any in any shape or form.
Look,
material wise. So
my thing is, I don't want to blame the leadership of the football. I think it just critics that link with the football team saying these things. I don't think it's coming from the leadership themselves, because we got a very good working relationship with them, and most of the games they play, they reach out to us. We compose a letter and invite other communities to come and play with them. It's, we want to play the Gambian, we want to play this. We read a letter to them and invite them to play the football team. We've been doing it, yes. So I don't think it's a football team. I don't want to link it to them, because they've been doing a lot of great job over the years. They've been because when the leadership falls short, they step in, and they make sure that they gather funds for the team. But I think it's the critics around them that have some, maybe don't like the leadership, or maybe have some issue with the leadership, want to use to instances, to propagate stuff in the community like the leadership is not supporting the football team. And that's not true, because we have receipt to these supports. In getting it, we have receipt. But sometimes I'm not going to go out there to respond or answer to everything. You getting it? Because it takes a lot of energy if you want to respond to everybody as one person. We respond to hundreds of people around the country. So sometimes I just let the information play out. But they know, even we got insulted because, can you imagine, the critics they demanded that the football team don't present a trophy to RSA. So what that say? You're trying to create division, or they respect or overlook the leadership. Who then, in that instant, who does the team give the trophy to? Who represent the Liberian community? Let's say, if that was the case, who's going to stand there to get a trophy? An individual that criticizes us and go there and say, "Oh, yeah, give me the trophy, I represent the Liberian community"? People should stop doing these things. When there's issue, let's address the issues. But if you're pushing this kind of narrative, my leadership was affected by a lot of stuff. I'm going to leave. I'll leave in a few months or weeks. New leadership will come. It will pay all to them again when people don't get away. So this have nothing to do with the football leadership. These guys are amazing. They did a lot of great job. With all through my tenure, they helped me. They step up when the leadership would not step up. Yeah, we might disagree. And then committee, I disagree with the children committee sometimes, with the women committee. In how much I disagree with the football team sometimes, but we got a very good working relationship, So I just think it's the critics around it spreading these things. I don't think it's coming from the leadership.
Yeah, Mr. Ford. Thank you so much. There's a little controversial, but I mean, do you think that you share some of the responsibilities for the community being not united and dormant for the past years, as claimed by your critics?
No, nobody's perfect. I wouldn't say my leadership will be perfect. Then I'll be misleading myself and misleading people that got trust in me. You know what I'm saying? We're not perfect, and we don't claim to be perfect. But the leadership and community member is like a marriage, right? People taking a vow. I play my role, you play your role. You getting it? If I'm just playing my role, it's like you were your wife in the house. If your wife just keep playing her role, and you now showing up as the husband, there will be conflict.
Exactly.
So the day I vowed to take LSA leadership role, I made a vow. I was so in. And by automatically, by being member of RSA, my community members, they saw in also to be my partner in this journey. So I play my part, you play your part. Even when there's conflict, we should find a way to resolve the conflict. But so I wouldn't say that we don't have our fair share of responsibility in failures. We do have as well.
I mean, that's a true characteristic of a leader who own up to some of the problems, and that's a good attribute. And I must, say that is laudable. I respect you for that, and you earn, a higher trust and admiration from me, and I think a lot of your supporters out there. Most critics, most people come out and say, no, I don't. They were they were the people. How the people fought. Some people now accept criticism. Yeah. So, Mr. Ford, do you think some of your critics bear the brunt of the responsibility for this unity in the community, and why?
Oh, of course. People that criticize me, some of them live in form organizations. And what does that do? It split the organization. You're taking away from the organization. If you go and form your own group and register, or you form yourself as an association, and then be convincing LSA member to join you, you're trying to weaken the association that have been established for over 20 years. Only because you have certain form of disagreement, or you want to sometimes people want to self-impose. We have a leadership in place. The leadership have an agenda. They got a way of working. You can bring your idea. We take idea from the community. Come to meeting. But they will not come to meeting. They will project all the negative energy or the responsibility to the leadership. Oh, they're supposed to be doing it. They ain't doing it. Or I told them they to do. They didn't want to do it. People get angry. They say, okay, we'll form our own thing. And that responsibility is on your conscience. That because you cause division in the community, then you should sit down and look at yourself in the mirror and own not to pay. That's the marriage. That's your own role you're playing now in the marriage. You're splitting the family because you go in there having extra marital affairs. You're taking away. We have the organization because you're mad, because you disagree with the leadership. You decide to break. When you were in power, do you think I didn't agree with all your methods? I did not. I honestly served as secretary for you when you asked me to. I was living in Solitaria. We had a lot of librarians there. We could say we're forming our own group. But did we? No. We continue to support RSA until your time was over. That's how people do. You will disagree, but find a way to work with the sitting leadership. I'm not saying it for me, because I got only a few more weeks, I'll leave. But the new leadership that will come, because this thing will repeat itself, will be here. We'll witness it, we'll document them. You understand? Sometimes you will not like the leadership method, and sometimes it will fluctuate. At some point, everything will be working good, you will like it. At some point, you will make certain decision, or you will make certain decision, or certain thing will happen in life, you will not like to work with the leadership. So it will be a roller coaster up and down. But you need to be consistent in your support for your community. It's simple as that. Because this is not my property. Now I was there. It said apparently it seemed like eternity for a lot of people. They thought I'm going to be here forever, but now I'm leaving. And LSA is thing. So everything you're doing to break your community, going for organization, and so I'm leaving now because you thought that if you are doing it too, and LSA is going to be here. So we should stop this behavior.
You mentioned people forming organization. Do you think the formation of what I call Librarian Union in Sweden, or whatever they call themselves, by some of your critics help in dampening the growth and the unification of the community? I asked the question because you and I know how much we fought against this, and some of your critics were the very same people who supported and attended this group events. What's the thought? Do you think that's very helped to split the community, bring disunity, sow the seed of discord in the community?
Of course, look, let me tell you something, Mensa. Whenever you have a union between, you got a community, and somebody decide to leave that community and do something else, they're breaking that community apart. What are that 2%, 3% forming birthday club that don't align with the community? Yes, it did. Because when they found out, I think, Liberian Union, they were reaching out to other Liberian African community here to collaborate with them. And at the time, a lot of people left, even went to party and supported them. Instead of them standing firm, they said, no, this is not what we stand for as a community. We have one Liberian organization here. We're going to stand and support our community, despite we don't agree with all the leadership policy or implementations. You understand? Because their leadership will leave, another one will come, but our community must stand. But they left and supported our group. You getting it? And this is something that I don't think anybody should encourage in the Liberian community. What a man term, my last few weeks, or the new leadership, because LSA is here for our kids, because this is an organization wherein even our kids becoming like, nowadays our kids are so Westerners, they're so Swedish, so that they don't even want being a Liberian too much, but at least we get something that they did their mind change, they get where to go meet their Liberian brother and sister. When somebody comes from Liberia, at least they see an organization here that they can identify with. They say, oh, I'm going to, because most people are kind of like students, most people are kind of Liberians here, help them because of the organization. You know that we got a student WhatsApp group and all.
Oh, right. That's awesome, interesting. I didn't know that.
I'll just summarize some of our achievements or some of
I had no clue that you did all the things.
We got a student WhatsApp group. When students come, we place them in our group where they can interact with each other, ask each other questions as to how to get a place or how to do this, how to do that. By the time they reach out, we'll put it in our WhatsApp group. So why people playing with this organization? Because of what? Self-greed. They need to self-gratify, to be seen as if they're not me, why him or why her? I think we should stop the debate. But that organization took a lot from the community as well, because that's it breeded some form of division that were hard to bring people back to the folders. It did that. And what was the reason? The genesis or it because we had a party with EFLA, and because immediately after our party, a lot of them came criticize the party, and that party up to now people are still talking about that party. They say it's one of EFLA best party in Europe. Even the
ambassador, she's from
yes.
in Germany.
You keep talking about it as
that was the measurement she used. Even the group in Germany, she said, that was a huge adventure. A big shoes to fit. To fit in because LSA delivered. So she was kind of very impressed. She says
supposed to be proud of that because we did it. It's not just leadership; it's Liberian Sweden.
She said it in public. I'm not saying that she said it on stage in Germany in front of hundreds of people. I felt so honored, and but
Liberian Sweden taking the credit for it. It's not just the leadership, And then after that party, the critics just blew up like. I think you were here, you saw in the WhatsApp group, the insults, the WhatsApp, and next thing we heard, they were forming their own group, And our community shouldn't be like this. And some of the people that were spearheading our group, they didn't even attend the event.
Yeah.
So you need to you say you're not in a party, they attend the DJ, what kind of music to play? You don't even go to a party, but you tell the DJ, say, play all the music.
Mr. Ford, President Ford, I often hear and see some of members of the committee talking about the possibilities of LSA having its own hall where it can have meetings, opportunities for getting fundings from the local government, etc., etc. How did your leadership work with these people to ensure that LSA had these opportunities, had the profile they suggested?
Look, there's a saying say talk is cheap. Is it like talk and do, you know? So we brace ideas. Some people say we don't listen. We brace ideas because we were approached. That's something we are looked into. You know, my financial secretary grew up here, Eric, and he knows these things. He knows a lot of things. You know, I know a lot of stuff too, but Eric knows a lot of things that I do when it comes to these things. So Eric looked into all these things. There are a lot of bureaucracy. There are a lot of requirements. So when they brought the idea to us, we told them, okay, you go ahead. If there's any legal document you want us to sign, we'll sign it. You know, because we would like for NFLC to be getting grant, which we're not getting. We are never getting a dime from no government entity or agency here. So we told them to go ahead. They had a couple of meetings. After that, we didn't get no result. You know, but then they reflected it back on. They say when the men in town to have meeting, the first time that we meet on the men in town to do it, the leadership will not show up. So first of all, when you do something, you fail, accept it, withdraw, then re-strategize and come back. But when you just project your failure on other people, it will be hard for you to grow, to learn and grow. So now, accept that I made a mistake. But my critics, they never accept that wrong. They never accept that wrong. They will do something that will hurt the community, but then they will come and take bad do and kind of see that the leadership for that disunity is in the community. You know, or within so getting a hall is a beautiful thing. We want to get a hall, but first of all, getting a hall, it will serve some good purposes, and it will serve some limited purposes for meetings. LSA is not just in Stockholm; it's across Sweden. I mean, Sweden, the whole Sweden entirety. And the best way, if they can manage to get a hall, because to get a hall, first of all, you need to, like we talk about personal number with names. You know, you got to have a legitimate membership listing or member database, wherein say David 4, personal number assigned to David 4. Francis Mensah, personal number assigned to him. But a lot of librarians don't want to give the personal information. So that's our struggle. So if you're able to build that database, you can use those information to apply for grants, to apply for hall. Way back, when librarians started coming here before, it was very easy. The process was easy. You could just go to the city hall, that what we call the commune, and tell the people you're playing, or talk to them. Once a group of people, they will give you these things. But time has changed. It has become more complex. The bureaucracy have grown. And because a lot of people have abused the system. So first of all, they need to get the listing of the members of LSA member with a personal number, built to a certain volume. Then they can apply for grant, apply for hall. But I don't see people, my own experience and my own knowledge, I don't think somebody can achieve that with all this information that I've just listed, you know. And when you get a hall for meetings, so when you're having a meeting, it won't be the people in Stockholm or the people that will attend that hall. So what happened to the other people that are in Mamo, Göteborg, the North, that want to join that meeting? They can't come in person. So if they want to go that route, my professional recommendation to them, they should go hybrid meeting. They get a hall, sit down there, and they create some digital platform that people can be other country and join, and they interact with them. And that's a free consultation. I'm giving free recommendation to the new leadership. You know, they don't have to pay for that. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you mentioned something very cardinal. Librarians in Sweden, you know, to have a total number, because look, you know that we all been out there asking for a lot of stuff in the country. You know, I want to know the aggregate, the total number of librarians in Sweden. I remember at a point in time with my leadership, we brought an idea up. Yeah, we brought an idea up, and it was a lot of, you know, data privacy, data restriction. People thought we want to use it for something else, and some people in the community was like, "Oh wow, I mean, these people want to use our, you know, information." And when you get out there, you ask for certain things, and people will ask you, "What's the number?" It's easy to go on the what you call it, the tax office website and you see numbers. Some Liberians, some people came out as Liberians, they are not actual Liberians. So those things are sorry. But yeah, I mean that's a very key point you raised. Mr. Ford, yes, I think the issue of the whole people, I know some Liberians in Sweden who are organized an intra organization with LSA, but they organize their own organization, and I think they are the ones who are trumpeting this idea in their cycles. That the fact is that the idea that LSA they propose this thing to you, LSA having a local, what we call a hall, and then but the fact is that they themselves, the organization that they organize, they will not even achieve any meaningful results in terms of owning a hall, getting funds from the government. Do you think that is a travesty? Is that a phase of being double standard? Or do you think that it's a form of?
So I mean, you just explained it rightly. Like I told you, for your, the thing is, sometimes people will tell me overconfident or arrogance. Mm-hmm. I don't like to get myself involved in something that I will not win, or talk something that I will not do. Or rather, I'll do it behind closed door. When I show that it will work, then I bring it to public. So how long the organization has existed? 6
months.
Yeah, 2 years. So why haven't they achieved what they said LSA couldn't do, and they're going to form their own organization to do it? Because these are the tactics they move with. These are agents of division in the Liberian community. That's my direct description to them. Agents of divisions. They bring out this proposal, this impossible proposal, and probably they already know that they will die upon arrival, right? They bring it to the leadership, and I'm not bragging or boasting, but I'm clever to some extent. So then I know how it will end up. But when you say no, they will tell you, they're making all this thing. So you throw it back to them. You put it on the computer, you go do it. They come back, they don't bring result. Or sometimes they tell you, I don't get time. But you bring the people, so who, they know, they think it will not work. Because it will work. Now they form their own organization to be existing for close to a year or more than a year. Why haven't they got a hall? Why haven't they got a cutting a grant? And I see all of them coming back to LSA. If you think the organization you could form, you have the freedom to lead, to direct, to stir, to do what you want to do, because that's the organization created. So you got a freedom of creativity or expression or whatsoever you want to call it. But then your own organization that you own, you can't achieve anything. But you want to impose your ideology on LSA or on the leadership. So when they not achieve it, then they say they fail. These are the type of people that break the fabric, the stronghold of LSA. You getting it? So even if you feel that the energy you're taking to form another group, why can't you or why didn't you use that energy to work for LSA, your community? But because probably you don't like the leadership, or maybe you like the leadership, but you just don't want to share with the leadership. Well, they had the opportunity to achieve it, but I wish that in case the people they're supporting take over the LSA, just in case they get lucky and win, then they can achieve it for LSA. We all will be able to go to that party hall, they will dance there, and we'll have meeting there, and what have you,
No, you talk about party, I know. At the end of the party, I mean, the part I already enjoy when I'm in leadership is that everybody going and leaving the 3 or 4 people there to clean that party hall.
You clean, you get tired.
And so that's somebody
interesting.
Yeah, sure, interesting. I just quickly. So what blueprints are your team leaving for the next leaders to transition, seamlessly and hit the ground running? With all these things, man. Then we'll come to the election aspect, and then.
So I want to serve as consultant for LSA. Anybody wants to use my expertise will be paid for per hour. Just kidding. So, we will work with them. We will show them everything we know. We will make sure the transition, we know obstacle in a way, and encourage people that support it or to support them, and to be loyal to them. And before we transition, I will have a meeting with the community. I need to tell them thank you, and I hope this meeting be well attended. It probably will be a digital meeting because all librarians are not in Stockholm. Tell them thank you for the time and urge them to work with whosoever are going to be elected, because we need the support of each and everyone on board. We might disagree on a lot of issues. Even you and wife, you and kids don't disagree. I got a teenager. We don't disagree on a lot of issues, and I'm her dad. So definitely, you and people that come from different backgrounds, grown up, understanding different, you always hit on heads. But you got to find a way to amend your differences, work together with all, taking it too seriously or too personally. We will do our best. What we know, we'll make sure LSA is good with the leadership from the get-go. We'll not try to. I can't promise or guarantee anybody that I will be in the background working for you, but in the beginning we will be there to make sure that they settle in good, and then when they settle in, we'll let them do their job.
Before we take our break, Mr. Ford, I think it's being rumored around that you and the past leadership, did not have a good relationship. So, because when you take over, you step back. You don't be. You got new leadership. People got their own. They got their own. Operation. They come with their own stuff. They turn over maybe rocket, but I mean, did the past leadership, did you guys have any beef and stuff? There will be all be opinion differences, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
like you said, the beginning of Rocket, it was Rocket. If I should be like specific, it wasn't something that I would like to term as deadly, but it created a challenge. I don't know if you remember what I'm talking after the inauguration. Everything that was said. Oh, I'm the chairman for Stockholm. You stay the national president, and it took away some energy, some momentum from the leadership that was incoming.
No, but I resigned. So how can I be the president? To be a national president?
What? Let's not go in depth. That's it.
No, but I mean, I had no role to play. You had the bank card. You had everything.
We can differ on this topic. We can differ a lot.
So I was president.
No, because
I got president.
My man, the thing is.
No, that's talking how we here. That's talking how we having a frank conversation.
What happened vividly to my memory, I still to be corrected. When we took off during inauguration, the announcement was made, I'm only the leader for chairman for Stockholm.
Who made that?
My man, on public podcast, people are running in the race. They got a reputation. I don't want to be called a name here.
Okay.
There's a lady that work with my leadership. Very close. Very nice. The reason I'm not calling her name, when I call people that help me, because it almost seems as though that I'm taking side.
Okay.
With a team. On this public platform, I owe her apologies right here for not giving her flowers. Only because I don't want to create an environment wherein they say because I know that if she do win, people say, oh, that they favor this person. They get it. So that's why I don't want to take away from her work she's putting in her campaign. So that's why I wouldn't mention her on here. But I'm sure when she listens to this podcast, she know herself. And I always appreciate you and thank you for the time that you serve us. and you're a good friend of mine, and you always remain a good friend of mine. So when we started, bro, we had a rocket start because the transition, and he asked me to give the lead, or he asked me how it would be. I don't think I got that to the fullest. You know, I remember the first meeting we had was in Solitaire. I think you're on the speakerphone. You know, this is Operation on Water. You know, that was not bring up because we're trying to unite the community now. You know, we're going to be the two old leaders in here, and also we have to make sure that we will help the new leadership to hold together. You know, despite what kind of team win.
Oh, definitely.
First of all, is a disclaimer here. I'm not on the podcast because of anybody. I wrote a statement in the group today. You've been heavily linked with a team, and then because I was coming on the podcast today, people thought I was coming here to promote your team. And I'm not here to. I'm not going to call him.
My team.
I'm not going to call nobody.
In terms of, let's get it straight. You are here to promote my team.
Yeah, your team, because you're supporting a team in the election. Is it so?
No, I do, but I'm not open with any team. Okay. I got my side. Election time we vote.
Una te. But anyway, so that's why I had to put a notice in the group. Explain to you, I'm only here to talk about leadership, like we have been doing. You know, my leadership joining, and so that's why I'm here, and so, yeah. But let's focus on the future. Let's try to build a community as we're going to be two former leaders of this community. Whosoever win, let's put our honest and sincere support behind them and make sure that they steer our community in the proper direction. Because our expertise, they will need it because they like jumping into the unknown, something they don't know of. We have been there. We have done that. So it's honor we have experience to share with them. Yes. Okay. I know you gotta. I'm just saying this advice go to both of us. I'm not trying to advise you. I know in the end you can advise me as well if you think.
No. Oh, we'll take a musical break right now, and then we come right back, Mr. Ford. So you can you can go off a little bit, and then we'll take a little a musical break.
I can use the link to come back.
No, I'm going off. You see, your camera, the icon on beside the microphone, you can guide your camera down. You see that I can have my camera like this, and so you can do that. It's just a microphone down on your stuff on the screen. But anyway, you want to stay on, you can stay on. You can stay on.
I can do like this if you don't mind. Is it okay? Is it okay? Okay.
HotLBR.com, my people.
HotLBR.com.
Exclusive from HotLBR.
On the podcast.
Fuck all the time and I got no pay. Why? I can't get no pay. miss a day. From 7 in the morning to 10 in the night. When I ask for more, I never get that more. When I ask for more pay, I never get that pay. Why? I can't get no pay. You want to sing, what's the more I can pay? Then you want to say you then you want to say you me then you want to say you. Why? I can't get no pay.
Welcome back to the second segment, the third segment of this podcast tonight. Recognize some of our viewers here this evening. I see we have Paul Cholope, Winifred Nicole, Sandy, Twan Gray, Happy Resi, Wilfred Greenfield, Tasia, yeah, and the list goes on. So welcome again, Mr. Ford. Our next topic discussion will be, I see Orito Meno here as well. So you have a full house here out here to this evening. Mr. Ford, we're going to venture into the elections. There's upcoming elections in the community. I'd like to have your perspectives. Mr. Ford, before you became president of LSA, you have served as captain of the LSA football team for a long while, and also as acting secretary general for a while. Do you think only by playing football for LSA prepare you for the presidency, or should you have combined experience in order, to be a good leader? What's your thoughts?
Look, in every form of organization, if you take the football committee, let's see, the football is a group, it's a body of individuals with different ideology, with aim and objective of organizing them and playing football game or matches where you need to do administrative work, you need to listen, you need to lead, You need to guard. You got to have empathy. So being in the role of a captain or head of a football team, it's just like one aspect is aspect of organization as well, like a football team. So when you the head in our team, you got your role to play as well. So I think people gain a lot of knowledge from holding those positions or that positions that it can be transferable to other roles, and so forth. But sometimes you can combine it with your own life experience as well, dealing with people, and your education background. You can tailor it and tweak it here and there, and then apply it to other settings. So it do help.
Okay. Okay. Oh, man, that's good. But I would say, do you support a side or can these elections? And
No,
if
I
so,
don't.
why?
I don't.
Why you don't support a side?
So my thing is our community is very small. We don't have like a big community. So mine, if those are candidate now, the likelihood that my followers or people that look up to me will follow that candidate as well,
Okay,
and
okay,
they will hurt. They will hurt another person in the campaign or potential to become the next leader. So with that being said, I decided to stay back and wish everybody good luck and stay in the back and work with anybody that take over to Susan. But because I know everybody personally on a personal note as well, so I decided not to vote. Matter of fact, I said
Oh, you're
not
not
to
going to vote?
I'm not going to vote.
Oh, okay, okay.
That my right is to vote as president, but I don't want to vote because the thing is, I'm trying to avoid this in the Liberian community where in this the people think say I swear the election to one side,
Okay, okay.
So I just want to be neutral.
Yeah, let's look at some of the requirements. People have been crying about the requirements, but no, 600 kronos, yeah, instead of being 2,000 and change. People, cry about the 600. What informed that decision?
No, the thing is, like I get a scenario of marriage when it comes to organizations and they got leadership and the members are actors. So everybody have responsibility. For organization to function, you need resources, and especially organization like ours. We don't get grants from the government, so our primary source of revenue is through parties hosting events and through due payments. So if the member and the membership cannot for part of the bargain by paying dues, so it leaves the organization vulnerable to break down or to collapse. So based on that, that's why it's inscribed in the Constitution that membership pay dues, especially to become full member to enjoy the incentive or benefit of the organization, like voting, for example. So if we in the Constitution says pay in 2 years, 2 years in full. So on a monthly basis, it's like 100 kroner. So if you combine the 100 kroner to 2 years, it's 2,400. But when the electoral process came out, a requirement came out, and people saw the numbers, they complained. They say, well, too much. So we, the leadership, so we work for the people. So because we heard their complaint, we called for an emergency meeting, and we wrote particularly in the announcement that anything discussed and agreed upon in this meeting will be binding upon everyone. Excuse me. So fewer people decided to join the meeting, a good number, anyway, but not the whole community that we wanted to. So in that meeting, the people requested that the money be dropped. So we had a discussion, we voted upon it, and the money was dropped to 600 kroner. So that how come the number 600 came about as a requirement before you vote. So it's not that people buying their votes, but people have not paid their dues for years. So it's this opportunity for you to meet up with that due payment, because it could have been more if we want to be like straight up. You say 2,400, or maybe also up to 500 because some people have not paid since we took leadership, you know. So now is the opportunity for you guys to pay the money, you know. That's how the 600 came about.
To pay the money and get it right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get it right. Yeah. So we at the climax of this podcast for this evening. Do you have any advice for young Liberians in Sweden aspiring for leadership roles, within the community and diaspora?
Prepare. You can't run your way up to the end when you don't start from the foundation. I see most of the time in the group or in the community, there are some people, they self-proclaim, they want to challenge, the establishment or challenge people that are steering the ship or steering the community. And they're not well prepared, So as a young person, whether it be a woman or man, what you could do for yourself, prepare yourself. Because the LSA will not be the same, because LSA, the challenges, now you can see the momentum. This is the first of its kind LSA history. People vying for positions, down to financial secretary, we have more than one candidate. So it will get harder and harder, and the requirement will get tougher and tougher, because a lot of things will be expected from you as a leader. You're not just talking a lot. The people expect you to represent them to the fullest. You'll carry yourself in a very profound way. They might come to a point that they will even start judging your personal life, and they're combining it before they can be the leader. So the only thing I can say to young people, if you have the aspiration to become LSA leader in the future, prepare. Get some, it can be education, it can be some short courses here and there, and get some wisdom from the elder in the community or older people. Listen to them, get advice from them, prepare yourself, and serve. Because what I notice most of the time in the Liberian community, young people are not willing to serve. They're not willing to serve, but they want to speak to power. In a sense that we're not saying that young people don't have voice. You guys have voice as well. But go through the process, because the process will help you to challenge the power in the right way, in the right direction. But if you don't prepare yourself and you want to challenge power, what you will do here, you make a fool out of yourself in the public space, or you start to close door for yourself, because you start pushing these things or people in the wrong way. And a lot of people in power, grown-ups, will start to close that door to your face because you're not prepared to approach it in the proper manner. So let's take it easy, take baby steps, you will get there. That's my advice to young people. Prepare, because their leadership one day will be getting old now, and we'll be going. One day we'll be so tired we'll not even attend parties. We'll just be sitting in our homes, and they will be doing everything, and maybe coming to visit our home. They say, "Oh, papi, then I go check on papi," And so to get there, you gotta prepare yourself, and try to learn from the leadership. Now, everybody got a smartphone. They can write, they can sit down behind and write stuff to challenge or to throw words at leadership or throw words at the elder in the community.
They got AI assistants. Chat to you. I mean, they're putting that.
So you have to prepare and be patient and go through the reign of life. Take a baby step.
Well, Mr. Ford, you have traveled a lot. I mean, outside, attending some, representing NSA some events outside the country. Who on the road? I mean, the cost, was it underwritten by NSA or you or so?
I can say 95% were underwritten by myself. When we first took over, I think one of them were underwritten by NSA.
Okay.
NSA, and it was not in full myself. The rest of it, because we're talking about flight, hotels, and so not in full, but quite most of the time I try to travel on my own expenditure or my own expense.
So you said this to mean that anyone, the candidates who win, should be having the resources to to go out and represent the association out there, because it's part of your responsibility. It's part of your portfolio as president. I mean, to go out and represent.
It's tricky now, because the constitution have been amended, and there's
Okay.
a specificity regarding this issue. But
Mhm.
before it was amended, it wasn't specified,
Okay.
So there's a certain amount in the constitution that is awarded to leadership. They have to travel overseas to represent the community, So and it's not a lot. It's not a lot, So the leadership that come in, there will be a lot of sacrifices they got to make from their own pocket. Or say where in the future when the constitution is amended, then it's changed, But other than that, it's not enough. There's nothing enough there for them.
All right. So I got two more concerns. How can members of the community or the general public get involved or support the association? Because there have been the argument that certain people have not contributed, they are not supported the organization because they were not involved in certain things, sports, or some people discounted people participation in meetings, coming to parties. So so what do you think? I mean, how can Apple generally be considered as being supported? So how can they support the organization?
Look,
There'll be contacts of support. Yeah.
There are so many aspects of LSA that people can support voluntarily. The LSA is set up in a way that will give a lot of people opportunity to serve. I mean, there's something that you desire to do, because if you'd like to work with children, there's children committee. If you like sport, there's sport department. If you want to work with women, there's women area as well. So there's a lot of ways that you can work with the leadership, even if you're not taking an electoral position, to help. And sometimes at parties, you can come to the party and stay to help to clean or help to doggery.
Yeah, but let me see, Mr. President Ford. Most people, as read when in the election, during the elections, the campaign, most of the people, in the chat saying that those things does not count as being, supportive of the organization. You did not do anything for the organization. So,
like what? Helping parties cleaning?
Yeah, cleaning or attending parties. I know those people say that. They don't count it as as a support. You have not done anything for organization.
So there are various forms of support when it comes to organization like ours. A form of support could be that you serve in a committee, you help the community with not expecting anything back, and or you can go to a party, you stay. Or you see the pool cleaning, you help to clean. Or you go there early to help the doggery. Or when you attend parties, that's another form of support, but you're getting something back in return. You getting it? So I wouldn't consider that as full support, but it is a form of support as well. So we can't take away from them that they're not supporting their community as well. But it's just like they're getting some form of entertainment. Although we can argue here that they could go somewhere else to get entertainment, right? So, but they choose to come to the community to get whatever resources to pay to enter as a form of support, which is a form of support, but they're getting something back in return, which is an entertainment. Come and listen to nice music, dance with fellow Liberians or other people that are there, and so that's kind of as a support too, because they helping build the resources of the community as well. So everybody's supporting in different aspects. Some people support more. Some people are in multiple committees. Some people are consistent with their support year in, year out. They are always supporting. Some people will support for 1 month and leave because of personal reasons. Some people say, okay, yeah, I got family issues. I got personal joining to take on, so I'm going to stay in the back, and so that the support goes away in that period of time. Then after some time, they come back. But with the later leadership, especially like me, president and vice president, we don't get to take a break. You can say, I give me support to the community as a president, but I would take a back seat, you know. And if you don't, maybe you have it on your question sheet, but if you don't address the issue, there's something I would like to talk about as well.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, because at some point, the community went silent, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I think so to address that issue. So we had a couple of parties. I think it was about 2 or 3 parties. The first party was a little bit something, but not enough compared to our previous party. After that party, we lose money. The third party, some people attended, few people attended, and even it was basically empty. You understand? Empty. So after that, the leadership made an ultimate decision that we got to slow down this party thing and focus on other administrative work. And so the community can miss what, because sometimes when you get something all the time regularly, you don't learn to appreciate, you know. So, and that was one of the factors. And the second factor, we never have resources to host events because we lose money with all the parties that people are attending and XYZ. So that's how the hosting a party, it went down. But however, there were a lot of other administrative where the leadership were working in the back. We identifying people that died, were burying people, identifying with the sick, identifying with, because LSA is not only about parties. But people tend to focus mostly on the party. Apparently, it's the thing that brings people together, mostly in our community, the party and football. So people tend to focus on those things, but there's a lot of other work that go behind the scene that people don't get to see and people don't talk about. So when leadership was not having parties, we were still working, you know, in the back. Like quite recently, we have not had party, but I don't mean to bring it in. There was for privacy and respect, I will not bring out his name, but someone just died in our community. And the leadership stood up and worked with the family. And we gave him a very proper burial. You understand? So the leadership been working, but people tend to focus mostly on the party stuff, on the party side of things, you know. So I just want to throw that in.
Mr. Ford, what has been your most rewarding experience as president?
You know, I wouldn't take the credit for this I alone because I'm working for a team, and my vice president, secretary, my financial secretary, and moreover, people that help in committees briefly came and went. But although I had the idea, the agenda, but they supported me a lot, you know. And sometimes they don't even question. Like sometimes they will question me, they will school me because these are women that can be my mothers, you know, older women. So now tell me, no. They will tell me no, no, you know. But sometimes they let me because they know that as a young leader, I think very critically and I come up with a lot of ideas. So they let me to be creative, they let me to express myself, and where they can support me, they support me. So like what we did when we first took over, my first thing I said, I need to rebrand LSA. We need to build on what we took and rebrand it and make it digitalize it and modernize it. So LSA never had a distinct logo. So first of all, we created this logo that captured the Swedish flair, Liberian flair. It's kind of like minimalist form of logo, but very powerful and strong, capture everything that we stand for. And then created this WhatsApp group that because we never had a digital space that we could interact with one another across the country, especially LSA was becoming so big. So we created a digital space, continue to add people there every day, and it's growing immensely. And then the website, you know, so we try to revamp the website, modernize it, so that people all around the world can know who we are, and so we can make our presence feel on the digital space. Then we introduce online meetings, and especially when the COVID came, we couldn't meet in person anymore. and now because people spread around the country as well. And then we expanded LSA. We founded the Northern chapter, through the instrumentation and the help of people there. We work with them, and we founded the chapter as well. Because mind you, I went to Ime University, so I live in the north. So the librarians there, sometimes they will complain that they don't feel part of the Librarian Association. It was so far away because we only had a Gothenburg chapter, Honor Your Leadership, Mambo chapter, and Stockholm. So we established that chapter, and so forth and so on, And then we try to reconcile, because when we took over Mambo chapter, we were going through a crisis. The former president at the time, our chairman at the time, have stepped down. There was a vacuum, so I had to make 2 different trips out there to went from door to door, talking to librarians to come together. We had our first town hall meeting in the park there. We sat down there, then we were successful to form an interim leadership. But then the interim leadership was not given chance to mature enough so the community can heal its wound and be friends again before going to election. The members there insisted they wanted election. So they even went to a meeting behind our leadership and voted. And majority said they wanted election. So they seen our election, Honorable Election Commissioner here, Mr. Bien Kensely, conducted the how you call it, the election there. They went to election, and they were still fragile, So immediately after election, when the leadership came on, they already started having division and breakup. So it didn't survive again, So Gothenburg, we made a couple of arrangements to even go there. I think one time we talked about it, and so to go to host August 24 there, I personally talked with the chairman at the time that was there, now the outgoing chairman, because the thing I'm talking, I don't want to mention names, but people can retrospect and know. So I engaged them, and even that if it were possible, we could go there. Even when we hosted our first independence celebration, I engaged all the chapters. I told them to contribute to the thing, to the July 26th. Then, if it's after the party, the proceeds from the party, each chapter will carry 10% of the profit, so it can help to strengthen each chapter. But nobody live up to it, because especially the Northern chapter, they said that I should give them guarantee that they will get the 5,000. But I say, in this party we have, there's no guarantee. It's possible that people can come, people cannot come. But we show that people will come. But they say because I couldn't get a guarantee that they will get the 5,000 back, they did not contribute to the event. So Stockholm now showed the whole responsibility of the event, and Gothenburg did not get back to us about the participation in the independent. So we tried to reconcile this various community, but it was a challenge, and it still remains a challenge. Sometimes based on individual differences within the community,
Okay. Finally, Mr. Ford, is there anything else that you would like to share about about Librarian Community Association yourself that you did not had the opportunity to say or share to the public?
Yeah, one thing I forget to ask. Sorry. And
go ahead.
We brought about, try to digitalize the community. We brought about switch payment as well. When we took over, we try to put because we wanted the money when anybody pay go directly into LSA account. So we established the switch payment system, and we even introduced the card reading thing at parties, because a lot of times when we have party, people coming from Norway or out of the country, and they say they don't have cash, so they only have card. So we introduced that as well in the community. But then ever since the last time we used it, it has just been sitting down. We're just paying for every month, so we end up sending it back. But it's there when the new leadership comes. There's always opportunity to order for it, for them to start using it again. So that's some of the things. So besides that, if I should add, are we closing now? You want me to?
Yeah, we're closing now. Anything else? On your mind, you can go ahead and speak.
The main thing on my mind is this: I'm appealing. I'm using the platform to appeal to the Liberian community to unite. don't make LSA about personal issues with people, because this is the community we're in. Through its establishment, we can create events and meet each other and identify with each other in terms of hardship or difficulties or bereavement. It can be. So I want to use this time to encourage people to put aside the differences, whether that with the leadership, with each other, in our warfare. Trust me, in our warfare. Because in the end, when you get sick here, especially many of us here don't have biological family here. We only have associates and affiliates and friends. So if you start to find yourself in isolation or be disunited, when something happens to you, only your little group that you form will come. So I want to tell people, let's put aside our differences. I for one, I've been criticized the most. I take no personal offense to these things. I read them when I need to reply to them. I reply to them. When I see it, I call it for what it is. When somebody comes in with their respect, I call it out. And sometimes we go back and forth exchanges, but it's nothing personal to us. Anybody, I see you in the street or I see an event, I'm cool with everybody. Because sometimes, like when you're a leader, even despite people older than you now, you like the father of the home. So now you will take your children will try to feel you to get their respectful, or sometimes you'll get high on the kids, but at the end of the day, you guys are still family, So I just want to urge everybody to come together, use the election time wisely to choose somebody that you think can steer this community, and at the same time, be willing to work with the other party if your party don't win or your team, because we tired with the undermining thing, undermining each other, undermining, sabotaging each other. We only taking away from the community. We're delaying the growth of the community, because if we continue to do these things, imagine if we have been working together all these years when we were like this, now it's the disunity. People taking the energy to form small groups around. Imagine we're bringing all that energy to LSA. LSA have gone far by now. Maybe the listing of our members will get it, because everybody could come out there, right out there, motivate each other to get our personal number. Then we get all this information. Then we can start applying for help. And so LSA have grown. And under my leadership too, I mean, we did some things back home because we didn't talk for Liberia, especially during the COVID, thanks to the entire Liberian community, because people couldn't be there individually, couldn't be there to the REST project, for us to send a food back home to the nurses in the middle of France. And on the back door, my leadership, we are working with, there's a Swedish guy called Anders. He always sending equipments and things to JFK, the Redemption Hospital. He and myself always work and then send things. I think at one point in time, I sent something back. I don't want to mention people in here, something to JFK, and the person delivered it. I'm grateful, I'm thankful, delivered to JFK Hospital there. And the thing with the Swedish counselor as well, establishing a Swedish counselor, these are things that we have talked to. We talked to our contact we had in George. We had government at the time, went Foreign Affairs Ministry, and met with minister, met with people. But they didn't see it to be feasible, because what they were getting in return, it was so expensive to set a counselor here, and the population here was not huge. So it didn't really go further. I hope that if the new NN leadership see us that part of the agenda, they can keep working towards it, because it will help to ease the burden, the travel burden of every one of us. So on that note, I would like to take the time to thank you, Mr. Mensah, for the opportunity to come on your platform to clarify some information, mixed information, and then this information, and then same time to explain my leadership journey to my community audience. And so coming on this platform, I didn't come here to promote NN team or candidate. I came here for us to, for maybe some people know me, see me, but to get my expressive self and to express these things to them. And so thank you for the opportunity. I appreciate it. And as we go into election, my Liberian people, I keep continue to respect each other. We run a very respectful election. In the end, after the election will pass, and we'll still be here, and we still need to work together to build LSA. Thank you.
So thank you, Mr. Ford, for honoring our invitation. It was a last minute time invitation, to have you, and you responded in good time. It shows your leadership ability and manifests the kind of person you are. Take responsibility and. On this, the public medium, and I want to thank you for your service to the community and you and your team. I know the challenges, that that are associated with the leader being a leader in the community. So I want to thank you and we hope that this election goes on, peacefully. And people should understand that this is just a community election. There's nobody getting paid. Nobody, as I see, putting that people want to build their CV resume. There's nothing to build for this stuff.
Let me speak to that.
You can never put this stuff on your job. You go apply for a job, do that try away. So
let me just speak to that. I mean, come on. I think I have a big credential that can allow me to help him to get a job. LSA, my experience as LSA leader, playing any role on my CV. I just want to clear that on. I'm good with all LSA on my CV. I'm good. So
So
you
yeah, so I just want to passionately appeal to people out there. There's no winner here. You'll be all losers at the end of the day. Your block win, and you don't have people to work with. I would say for a fact that you will be left alone. All the people who talking in the group, who's going at each other, they will leave you. You have your cycle. Only 3 to 4, 5 people who will be around you when needed most. So, Mr. Ford, thank you again, and I wish everybody well. I wish everybody well in this community, and you guys have a good week. And we see, I know, at the elections, they were looking forward to the inauguration of our new leader. So, thank you, Mr. Ford, and stay blessed.
Thank you too for having me.
Thank you.